Today you're going to come along with me to 3 different Goodwill stores. This is the Robisonia Goodwill. I've been here before. We were up in the area, and so I decided to travel a little bit closer to visit this one, and I was not disappointed. Didn't get a ton of stuff, but still came away with some really nice items. I picked this aisle to go down first because it wasn't very crowded. I was checking out these plates. That is a false graph plate, and I believe that this was just a studio art pottery bowl. And then there was a collection of this vintage glass with gold trim. And I was just seeing what kind of price point they had, $1.99, $2.99. This was a very large bread box. It had design in the front, and it was $6.99, but it showed a lot of wear. So I did not get that. But underneath this pair of shoes was this painted wooden bowl with a spoon, and I expected it to have the word Haiti or Cozumel or some kind of destination, and it does not. And it is very, very pretty. I thought this was very boho decor looking, even if you only have one spoon. So I decided to get that for my first item here. Up next, I was checking out just the small little trinkets that they had out on the shelf, and here was something that I should have bought. This was made in Syria, so now we can all be on the lookout. These sell well. That was only, I think, $2.99. These are little finger bells, and they average about $17 sold. So I should have picked those up, but now I know to pick them up next time I find them. That had a chip on the ear of the cat, and here I was just looking at this Boyd's bear figurine because I thought it was sweet with the little clown bear. I don't even look up these sold prices because it's sad, but on average these don't really sell very well for me, and they don't have a high resale value, but I do still like looking at them. This was a made in Japan wooden jewelry box, and if you open up the drawer, it did play a song. There, you have to imagine hearing the song, but I couldn't play it because there was background music, and I didn't want to get dinged by YouTube. So you'll just have to pretend that you can hear the music. So I did leave that there. This, a man came by and he said, "Is that the guy from Jumanji?" And it does. It looks like the professor from the movie Jumanji. This was a hobbyist piece. It was signed on the bottom. It was made in 1977, and it was a decanter. His hat came off. And then still in the brown section, this gold fleck lucite Kleenex box caught my eye. This was a Nicole Miller. These do sell well, and so I thought, well, I'll take a chance on that and see if mine will sell well as well. As well. Here was a basket of calculators. A whole bunch of them. And let's see what else do I find. Let's see. Oh, this was a bamboo style vase. And this picture that I do a terrible job of showing it to you. Brown drip glaze. And here was a sugar bowl. And then here were some growing up girls. She started out as a blonde and then turned to a brunette. Usually it's the other way. This was a condiment dish for your hot dogs and your hamburgers and your corn, for your fixins. It's a cute little piece. And then this fiberglass bowl grabbed my attention right away. I've sold fiberglass bowls before. This was more of a country pattern with that chicken in the middle. And then there were some of these souvenir salt and pepper shakers sprinkled around the store. So I think someone donated their souvenir salt and pepper shakers. So I was just seeing if there were any that stood out to me that grabbed my interest. This was neat. It was all bumpy. I like the texture of it. I guess it was a planter or a vase. I should have checked to see if any of those were chipped. That is kind of neat looking with all those bumps on it. Here was some art. It looked like it was a student piece. I'm basing that basically on the signature. You never know. That could have been a famous work of art. Here is some more of the blue section. And here was this magnificent 80s depiction of a cow cookie jar because it looks like its head came off. If I remember correctly, I think it was $3.99. So I did move the roller blades off of it so it wouldn't get chipped up. Then I found a couple stacks of Franciscan Desert Rose saucers. And I know that if you look on the back, the maker's mark, based on what it looks like, you can tell how old it is or if it's more of a newer piece. Someone had donated 3 large bags, I think I end up finding, of these pomanders. And I don't know anything about them, but I guess if you did know something about them, you were getting your money's worth because it was only $10 and there were more than 10 there. But I don't know anything about them, even though it looks like I'm digging through the bag like I know what I'm doing. I was just kind of seeing, who made these? I like the looks of this covered casserole dish. Simple with the red stripes. And then I was being nosy and seeing who made this teacup and saucer. There were also 2 matching white milk glass deviled egg dishes with gold trim. That one had some blue paint on the back of it. And then there was this bowl that had a nice airbrush design for $3.99. And let's see what else. Oh, then I found a whole bunch of pig pomanders. These were made by Avon. And either someone really liked the scent and kept buying them, or maybe they collected them. I don't know. It's always interesting to think about, like, how did all these pigs get here? But there was a nice little collection of them. And then in the Christmas section, they had a bag of Christmas pomanders. And I was just looking to see if they had a maker's mark on them, but I didn't see anything. And then in the same area, I'm going to find, after I pretend to know what I'm doing digging through those, I find the cutest hobbyist piece ever. Look at that. Isn't it the cutest thing you've ever seen? At first I thought it was made in 1965, but on closer inspection, I think it's the initials. It's GS, and it was so nicely painted. I love it. So I did take that with me. There was an Avon Christmas tree perfume bottle with a half of a lady next to it. That might have been a top to another perfume bottle. And then this was a bag of 3 swans. I'm seeing if there was any names that jumped out at me, and I didn't, so I left that bag there. And here I'm just being nosy. What's in there? I think it was Easter themed figurine. Here was a clown plate. It did have initials on it, MTH on the front, and then it was inscribed. It was a Christmas gift. So I left that there. And this was a seashell basket souvenir piece. And here I'm getting 4 points for the praying hands. We are now at another Goodwill. This is the Goodwill in Royerstown Road in Lancaster. And here was a little trinket box with a lid. It's very pretty and large. Had a nice design on the front, but I do take the tape off things and look inside because I don't want to get it home and be disappointed that it's chipped up, and it was pretty worn on the inside. So even though the outside looks good, I did leave that there just because of the condition on the inside. This was a studio art piece of this just kind of abstract plate, and I thought it would make a neat trinket dish for somebody. I liked all the different designs and textures to it. So I decided to get that, and then I found out I was still winning because I found 2 more points. And then I came across a bag that had 4 lids to Pyrex jars. Well, not jars, I guess more dishes. So I decided to take those as well. This was a 25th anniversary plate. And now I'm just checking out the rest of the Christmas section because I have had good luck at this Goodwill before with their Christmas section. So I'm seeing if anything is catching my eye. And then I do find a menorah, and it wasn't until I got it home that I realized that the middle section is broken off, but I still think it is a really nice simple piece. So I'm still happy with it. We are now at the last Goodwill. This is a Goodwill in Willow Street. That is a Longaberger basket. I normally don't pick those up, but it had the liner inside it. The candlestick holder that I just touched, I have one at home and I thought that it would match. They don't. This one's darker, and that's a bottom to a fairy lamp. And then I saw it, ladies and gentlemen. Do you see it? I could not believe it. I gasped out loud. I couldn't believe that I found lucite candlesticks at Goodwill. And then guess what else I found? Another pair. Yes, I found the orange pair in my hand, and then I found a yellow pair. Unbelievable. I never thought I would find lucite candlesticks in the wild, and I found 2 pairs of them. I was so happy. At this Goodwill, they do allow you to dig through the carts that they are going to restock the shelves with. So I thought, what other vintage goodness is in here? There was the little frosted bud vase with some enamel detailing. And then I'm carefully moving some breakables out of the way to see if there's anything else. And then underneath that dish was this cute little angel that's playing a horn, and she has spaghetti trim. She does have a repair to her one wing, but it's very well done, and her spaghetti's in very good shape. So I decided to take that. This, one of the workers thought this was a toothpick dispenser. It was made in West Germany, and it actually is for your toothpaste, to wind the toothpaste tube, and it has all of the parts to it. On the shelf, I found this lucite trivet. It is very scratched up, but I still like the look of it, even if it does show previous wear. And then this was an amber glass dish. Then on an end cap, this bird, I knew that bird right away, was Tonala Pottery. It is signed Mexico on the side of it. It has no chips. And then I also found a glass insulator. I know some of these can be worth a lot of money. This one probably isn't, but I like that it didn't have any chips, and I like the color. This is a Boyd's Glass Colonial Man. The uranium ones that glow under black light sell for pretty decent money. And then I realized I'm still winning. And then look who showed up. Yep, he followed me from the other store. So here are some of the things that I purchased. The hobbyist snowman, I think, is my favorite piece of all. But my most exciting find were those lucite candlesticks. Amazed that I was able to find those. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really truly appreciate you watching it and subscribing and hitting that thumbs up button. I enjoy reading all of your comments, and if I get something wrong, or if you have a suggestion of what an item the brand might be, that's very helpful to me and to other people. We can learn from each other. I love that. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see ya.